It's the early way, yeah. It's the early way, yeah, yeah. It's the early way, yeah. It's the early way, yeah, yeah. It's the early way, it's the early way, yeah, 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 yeah. It's the early. What's up, y'all? I'm Early Earl. I thank y'all for hearing these YouTube streets and coming on down to the early way. I'm coming at y'all with another review. This is for Nowthatstv Zodiac House, Season 3, Episode 10, Friend or Froze. And y'all tune in with me. So y'all, when the show first opened up, we see Vern running up the stairs to try to get to Coco. Security didn't let it happen, so they started throwing hockey pucks from the hockey table at each other. They ended up taking Vern back downstairs. Coco standing by her room going off, talking shit. She yelling, going on a full rant. She upset Vern snatched her up and knocked her in the head a good 3 times as soon as she stepped up out that confessional room. And I'm with Coco. I'd be mad too, talking bitch shit. You ain't everybody know my ankle fucked up. I don't care if you saw me running on it, hopping on it, doing the challenge. My ankle is sore. Coco said she competitive, so she's going to do what she has to do to win and deal with the pain later. And if I was competing, I'd do the same thing and put ice on it after every challenge. But that doesn't give you, Vern, the rights to just jump on her thinking just because she's competing that her ankle is good. It's not. Coco let us know that Vern ain't hitting on nothing. She didn't do her big one like she thought she would. She thought Vern was a big bitch with hands and learned that she wasn't. And the only reason she got her how she did is because of her ankle. She said when her ankle heals, she gonna snatch Big Vern up. Big Perm, Big Vern, Big, I don't give a damn. Shout out to Friday. Coco said she mad she was snuck, so of course she gonna talk shit, and anybody would. You know, I'm gonna talk my shit if I get snuck. Regardless, I don't care what happened. If I fight, I'm gonna talk my shit. If I don't fight, I'm gonna talk my shit. Just on the sole purpose that you didn't give me a heads up and let me know that you ready to fight me. Coco said she mad she was snuck, so of course she gonna talk her shit. She also let us know that she's a strong alpha female, and that's why she's able to compete with a sprained ankle. She winning the competition. From your hands to her pants, that's where that money is coming to her. And then she said the bitches who friends with Vern got to go. She said they got to go. They got to roll out too. They got to get the fuck up out of here. She calls out Vern and her friends, and that's when we see Danny steps up like she was going to do something. And Danny say Vern only hangs out with her and Becca and asks Coco, do you need that? You need that? You want to run it? Danny picks and chooses who she want to fight. She was ready to fight Becca for Pootie, but when Vern and Pootie got to going at it, she did nothing. She set her ass in the back like everybody else and watch. And so I'm like, Danny, sit your ass down like you been doing. Nothing happens with Danny and Coco. Coco tells Danny that just wait till her ankle heals and then they can run it. After that, she goes out on the balcony to smoke. And we spent the majority of the episode on Coco going off on her soul. She talked shit the entire episode. So, you know, the first half of the episode was Coco talking shit by her room. Now, in the next scene, Nina gathers up everybody to tell them that they tallied up the points and has the winner of the Bullseye Challenge. In third place was Bobo with 98 points. Second place was Vay with 100 points. And the winner with 107 points was Chosen. And since Chosen won, he has an advantage during the team challenge and has the ability to save someone from eliminations. We also learned that Becca and Bobo for the remainder of the games will be a part of the air team. The water team is out, so we only have 3 teams left: Earth, Air, and Fire. And from that, we shoot over to the next challenge, which they named the Fire Challenge. Each team has wood, paper, and a bundle of straw. With that, they have to make a fire. The first team that get the fire started wins, and the losing team will be put in the showdown eliminations. And I thought this challenge was neat. Only it's one of the better challenges that they had on the entire show. So it's in the top 3. Only in the top 3. They ain't got no top 5. Each team has an envelope, and inside the envelope is added tools to help them with starting the fire. And I guess they was a mic when they got to this challenge because I couldn't hear what nobody said, what they had in their envelope. I couldn't hear not a goddamn thing. It was so low. I tried to even turn the volume up on the TV to hear what they had to say, and I couldn't. But yeah, they got an envelope, and inside the envelope is the attitudes to help them with the fire. And since Chosen won the last challenge, it gave him an advantage, and he was able to swap out his team envelope for either the air or fire team's envelope. And he ends up switching with the air team. And if I was him, seeing how it all played out, I would have just kept my envelope. I would have, declined and said, no, I'm just keep mine. The challenge began. They started striking the fire. The air team ends up winning the challenge. Earth and fire teams is up from the eliminations. And they wasted no time shooting over to the showdown. The name of the game that they chose was, Friend or Froze. And it's basically a game of Jenga. Y'all know what Jenga is, where you got to pull the block and stack it on top. And if it falls, you lose. So they basically play a game of Jenga. And the instructions were that each person has to get in an ice bath. They sit in the cold water, then get out. They roll the dice, and whatever number the dice land on, they have to pull that many blocks from the Jenga stack. And the game was kind of dumb. They tried to be different, but by adding the ice bath and dice, and I don't think the ice bath was needed at all. They could have just rolled the dice and pulled the blocks. It didn't make any sense why they had to sit in the water until the player from the opposing team took their turn. That didn't make no damn sense. The host let them know that the losing team of the showdown would not be going home, but would become jurors on a panel and would be out of the competition. So they won't go home, they won't be competing, but they will become jurors for a panel. And I'm like, what? They should have sent them home. What was the reason for that? If that's the case, everybody who was eliminated so far before, they should have stayed in the house and became a part of the jurors. Like, what? They be trying to be so different, but it don't make no sense. It just don't make no sense sometimes. And one by one, each player from the Fire and Earth team took their turn sitting in the water, rolling the dice, and pulling the number of blocks that the dice landed on. And the Fire team ends up losing. So they was out of the competition. So Coco, that money isn't coming from your hands to their parents. That money ain't coming to you. Your team lost. Damn, Coco. And I was rooting for you. And that was the end of the episode. Y'all, the episode wasn't about much. It wasn't much going on, but Coco running her goddamn mouth. And that's all I got to say. I thank y'all for tuning in to the early way. And if you haven't, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to catch y'all next time.